Let's get back to work. Got work to do. We're not sitting in the sun. No, man, we got enough sun yesterday. My son's sunshine on my shoulders. Got burnt. Yeah, not too bad. It was just I had work to do. I just had the A shirt on because it was hot, and yeah, sunscreen and cover up and all that. Yeah, you guys do all that. Um, uh, when I got something to do outside, I do it outside. I don't do it excessively, compulsively, and let my body recover. Because I'm a little bit more ancient than you guys. I don't do that. I don't trust professionals. Not after 2017 and 18. No. Yeah, Rockefeller in my head. Gladly, because you got all this money. I mean, you had the best. All they're worried about is just making money and paying their bills off of your suffering. My teeth and mental health and all that stuff. Yeah, that's all they're worried about. It's just making money off of your suffering. They're not interested in you being healthy. They just want to be a professional and get attention from being a professional and helping so many people live better lives according to, because most problems with people's teeth and stuff comes from ignorance and aggressive behaviors and arrogance. And I get it, Rockefeller. You don't have to explain it to me. I understand. I don't need all your fucking professionals in my ear telling me how to fix everything because they're so goddamn brilliant, but they won't stand up to save their own children from being a bunch of peckerwoods on a pussy plantation. I'll do the work. Get up, dude. Come on. Settle down. We got to spray down the patio again. Those damn ants. They're everywhere. They're in the cat room, which means they're getting inside the main house. It's little fucking ants, little piss ants everywhere. Yeah. It's like Homeland Security and NASA are all over the house, but they come from the ground. Fucking assholes. They're gonna be everywhere, piss ants. What you got to do is try to build the houses up higher and made to last, and just a little bit less accessible through all these. Well, I keep the place clean. And Dad does too. He talks about being a mess, but he's pretty good at cleaning and stuff. He doesn't leave a lot of food and stuff for them. The other day when I was working, I left the cantaloupe strawberry bowl on the floor after I finished eating breakfast. And boy, it was full of ants. I was like, little shitters, goddamn, they get everywhere. They're just, ugh. Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. You gotta really, I use a lot of water. I don't use as much poison. Occasionally I'll use poison around the doors. Johnson & Johnson poison around the doors to kind of slow down their entrance, ways. But a lot of times, mostly, I'll just use water. I'll use water to spray down the area and make it just not real inhabitable for them. Fly, get off my leg, you little shit. Go. Damn horse fly on my beat up shins. Oh, I got him yesterday too. Yeah. Right when I was finishing. Ow, shit. Was going off the roof. I was in too much of a hurry, and old Suzuki and Sun Yat-sen reminded me of Chinese proverbs. He who's hurried cannot walk gracefully. I'm like, yeah, life's eternal, grace is infinite. Okay. I'm like, but I'm in a hurry to live the Lord's Prayer. Yeah, but if one person is beautiful and he's in a hurry and constantly hurt himself being in a hurry, and getting beat up for being in a hurry to get to graceful, how you're going to be the example of graceful? Shut up. Just shut the hell up, okay? I'm tired of you guys. I've given people really good examples of indigenous people that are Manuelito, Tishna, fun, Cochise, Chief Joseph, me and Little Hawk had a lot of extensive talks throughout my life, and so I really adore Little Hawk. He's one of my, he's a good prayer connection. We don't have a lot because he was murdered and assassinated with the Custers and the cooperation of the Custers and Red Cloud and his own people when he was 17 years old. Because he was a half-breed and they were jealous of him because he was such a good and protecting person. So him and his brother, Crazy Horse, were betrayed and assassinated by his own people because they were jealous of him because they were half-breeds. A lot of people say they don't know what they're fucking talking about. Crazy Horse had blonde hair, guys. A little epoch like Tecumseh and Piscataway was reputed to have mustaches, which means they're most likely half-breeds. Okay, so it's just the way it goes. Yeah, typically a lot of indigenous people didn't have the beards, and if they have a lot of them have beards, and there's sometimes a mixture of genetics. So it just depends. Some do, some don't. Not all of them, but Manuel had a beard. I'm not sure if he was, but he came from people that migrated from across the Bering Straits onto Mongolia and stuff. They have the same genetics, same same earwax, same stuff like that. I remember that with Navajo people, and oh yeah, and then explaining to the Mexicans and the Iraqis, about their history. The Mexicans were like, "Well, these Iraqis, they Ralph," I'd come because I was a history major at Arizona State, and they would say, "Yeah, guys, these guys, the Moors occupied Spain for almost about 800 years, so." You guys have a lot in common. You're very related because when men and women cohabitate, they have sex and have babies, especially for about 800 years, right? So, yeah. So, you try to explain it to people. It happens. Sure. Well, I was watching the news stuff last night and in my dreams and stuff. And one thing you guys got to understand, the most important thing you can do is the cultivation and the spirit and the courage and the kindness and the beauty of your young men, because your world depends on your young men, and the way they interact socially, emotionally, and sexually is very important. And if you accept the Lord's Prayer, you won't get up and do a lot of aggressive, violent philanthropy activities that are causing drought, causing your planet to overheat, creating environments of a bitch, brothel, aggressive tar pit and forest fire everywhere you go, because you always got to have money and drinks and drugs and alcohol and ways to get the women to have sex with you by seducing them with distraction and have them, distracted by what they should be attracted to. You should be attracted to a guy who, Abraham, Job, Jonah, Jesus, Muhammad, But no, they're attracted to, the bitch, Well, the man in me would like to fight, take you down to the river tonight and rearrange your face, but that wouldn't make her hate the sight of me. You ever heard that song by Waylon Jennings? Long gone. It's about a country boy who the city guy comes in and takes her, and he's going to wait around because he's going to use her, and then he's going to be there, hey, Dear Eloise, I am writing to say a number of funny things I heard today. But yeah, so it's like that. I don't get like that. I hate it. Well, me, usually every time, the girls would come back and say they screwed up, I was with someone else. With Law, it was her mom was using me to get back at me, and wanted to get back. And Kay was orchestrating it. No, you can't. And Law wanted to. Law wanted to have. If Law had to have sex with me, she probably would have wanted to stay with me the second time we came back together, because, like Amy said that. A lot of them said that. Raquel said that. They said, as far as sexuality, I made them feel like they were the greatest women in the world, and they felt. But the cool thing about the apocalypse is once we're living in the apocalypse and men are standing up for the Lord's Prayer, every man will make their woman feel that way, and that's, that makes me feel muy excited. That makes me feel really good. So it won't just, the rate of the world just won't rest on early bird shoulders. It'll be evenly distributed among men that are gentlemen, that are kind and faithful, and anytime there calls for courage, it's because they're kind and they're courageous and they're faithful. And so, anytime there's a situation that calls for it. When you create conditions in competition and comparison and contrast through sexual violence and egotistical narcissistic expression of I'm great and I'm amazing and I'm creative, your ability to manipulate matter can be blown away by a jealous coward in a tower in Dallas, okay, or on a in a tower in another room, you know, early morning, April 4th, shot rings out, Memphis guy. Yeah. Okay. So stop being a bunch of assholes and help your women not be drama queen bitches because they have to be fucked by bitches. All right. Love you.